Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to learn on how to use HTML in Django project. So let's open a project using Git bash and we navigate a project to VS Code. Remember, for those who are beginning shortly, we may we may shift to the creating of our own project and virtual environment because now you are no longer a beginner. You have known some of things how are being done. So next time we may be using only the VS Code and Git to run the rest of our to run the rest of this project. But I want you to comment down there. How do we want us to do it? Do we want us to continue with the picture, or do you want us to shift for the purpose of those who are using a computer with low RAM and due to speed? We go to Git and VS Code only, or we go to PyCharm, VS Code, and Git. So I will wait for your comments and then I will configure the way you want it to be. So let's now go to the VS Code and open our project there. Last time we actually did the deployment, not really deployment, but we deployed our web page that says hello world. Let's check whether it is still okay. So we run that by Python manage.py run server. Why is this? No, not this one. This is another project that is running, and we are not in this. So let me first of all close this one. This one. Let me close it. Okay. Let's come here. Let's run it again. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We never said hello world. We did home, and it's all right. Let me close all these other things here. Now that one, it is displayed, and we displayed it using we displayed this one using the let me maximize this one using the HTTP response, and we never wrote any HTML. So when you look at our templates where we said our HTML will be found in home app and in our templates, there is nothing. So there is no HTML, there is nothing here. So what we are going to do is we are going to make the HTML, and HTML, it is going to ensure us what is being rendered to the website, it is HTML, and this begins, or this actually set an onset of the internet fundamentals, whereby it is all about HTML, and it's about all the tag, uh, the attribute, HTML attribute, and so many other things. So we are going to be using a lot of Angular tanks here in the future until we all get what is basics of internet fundamentals. Then we shall go to styling of this using CSS, and then functionality and behavior of the internet using the Java script and jQuery. Then we shall go to the database, the backend now. So now we have this, and to configure this is very easy because we already have our views. Remember, we talked about the views as what is going to be viewed in at the other side. But see, we are saying we are using this from Django HTTP import the HTTP response, and this HTTP response, it is this one that is being used to render or to return the home on the home page. Now, what we are doing is just we are going to stop using this and start using render. And when we use render, we come here and we do the function right here. So what we are going to do right here is that we are going to replace this HTTP response with the render method like this, and the other one, render method like that. And therefore, we are going to use this the requests here, and then we add comma, and still we are going to use request here, and also add the comma. And what we are going to do now after this, we are going now to configure, to go back to the main project, the online shop, and go to the URLs. And URLs here, we are going to actually do this by this one is alright. It is, we set this one last time. Yeah, that is alright because we are including the home hub here, URLs. That is alright. Then you go to the settings, and settings, we have static, and we have everything in set here. Now we go to home page, and in home page we shall create a new file here, and the new file, it is going to be called home.html, right? And there is a way in which the VS Code give us a very basic plate of HTML by shift and exclamation mark. When you look at exclamation like that, you can click, you can tap on tab or enter, and you see that is That is all that is the plate of the HTML, but let us not use it now, and let's us just use the anchor tag. We are going to come to these things in very near future. So let's look at H2 and click tab, and then this is H2. We are going to, this is one of the headers or headings uh, in website. So we have H1 to H6, and this is H2. And don't worry about it. I just want to show you how to use the HTML to render the HTML code in the web page. All this we are going to do from next lesson. So let's say loading from HTML, from templates. And talk about, when you see this one is saying loading from templates, so it is not coming from now the HTTP, it is now coming from the templates. Control save, and here look, this one is not going to work when you do like this. When you do home.html, it is not going to work. Why? Because this home.html, it is hosted in within the templates, and the template, its name, it is the home app. So for it to work, you have to hand the directory and correct path, whereby you are going first to home app, then you go to the where this HTML is found. Then for the next, it is the test, and this is not making sense. We can uh, we can uh, we can create the HTML for this one, and if we create another HTML and we call this HTML file, let me think about it. Let's call it about. Let's call it about dot html. Click enter. So we just going to use the h2 and then hit tab, and then we say about. This is going to be displayed on user, so you just capitalize it, about. So this about, when you look at this one, it is okay, but when you look at views, this about is also hosted in home. So the convention, we say home. By convention, we say home app. Then within the home app, go and take us the about file, about.html file. When you get that and you control S, this is not a good practice to define uh, a view and then you give it another name. It is not. So for us to be good and to be consistent, we need to change this name to about, and we also go to the views, not views but URLs, and we change this name to about views. You know, we are coming from views now. We change that view definition of the function, and then we come here. We change this view to about. And then we can also change here to about. Also, you can change here to about. Yeah, to about like that. So the forward slash means that maybe if there is another path, it is going to be allowed to get in. So that is the only difference. You can put it or fail to put, but it's good. It's by convention good to put that forward slash. So with that, we can now go back and see whether our home is going to be displayed using that what we have done. Let's save everything. Control S and Control S. And then we come here and we refresh, or we can refresh here and see. Yeah, you see, loading from templates. And then when you come here and you say about slash and about, that is our second view. What we are going to see is about. And when you inspect this page, you will find that the HTML is now being used. When you come here and inspect the page and you see elements. Let me bring this up a bit. You can see now the HTML Foxfied, the end, there's no end, but HTML it's there, and we have this about. We have h2 about, and this is a HTML tag that is actually having the angular bracket for heading. Heading 1, we have said we have heading 1 to 6, and we are going to get into the internet fundamentals, whereby we shall be doing everything about HTML using the project, not just theory only, using a particular project. So this is home, as you can see, and it is h2. This is body of the web page, and this is the HTML, everything that is included in that. So HTML, uh, I want to stop at that, and we have now did or displayed our first HTML page on uh, on the web browser. So next time we shall dive into the HTML, and we shall start by the we shall next time we are going to start learning about HTML in details, and we shall be having a project that is going to assist us to know more about HTML, and this is inspired by the computer scientist, and who wrote it in 19 zeros, and he wrote only HTML, and HTML can only display. It is like writing a book. It doesn't have any other functionality. It's actually basic. It's the foundation of the web pages. So it's like writing a book, and that is all about HTML. But CSS is about styling, like making color here, color there, and then we have the JavaScript, including the behavior of the page. So all those things are ahead of us. So please, thank you. Uh, Share this video and let them, those who are willing to learn about the web development, subscribe to my channel and like it, and also share it. So having said that, I want to wish you a very nice time. Until we meet next time and discuss about our first HTML project. Welcome and be blessed.